Hi everyone, Paul Morbid of Morbid Team Entertainment and Bolex Repair Philippines. Welcome to part 2 of an overhaul on a Bolex Rex turret prism, aka transport prism. If you remember from episode 1 of my video series, I removed the mirror reflective coating all the way around, from the top and the bottom rather. How I did that was with muriatic acid. Warning, using this method will in fact remove all coatings from your turret prism, transport prism, and change the operation and visuals of all of your lenses. With that being pointed out, any mistakes made upon your person or on your Bolex and using this method or servicing your Bolex or your turret prism are on you. Do check out episode 1 of this video series of all the safety precautions in using muriatic acid. Also, on episode 1, do not remove the turret from the front of the Bolex body. Unless you need to clean everything, don't remove it. Also, if you remove the turret from the front of the body here on the Bolex, you'll need to know how to reset the timing with a shutter and the pull down of the claw. Alright? Also, with this prism right here, I'm going to show you how to remove or kind of smooth out a chip. I've obtained one myself by removing it in and out of the turret so many times, and I've gotten one at the back at the far end. So far I have found that it has not affected any of my visuals whatsoever. This method with the turret prism I'm going to show you using the muriatic acid is great for experimental filmmaking, and I enjoy it. Alright, so let's get started. First, I'm going to show you with this prism, it's not been repainted in any way, how you can still get very good visuals from your lenses. When these prisms are cut right here, they have to be buffed out on the top and the bottom right here. But right here on the sides, I left some of the flat black paint, they're rough right here. They have not been smoothed out. So for the filmmaking I'm doing, the experimental horror, it really gives me some great visuals of what I want. So let's check that out with some of the other lenses I have. Okay, now I'm going to install the turret prism here. I am not seating in at this time the pads that go around to center the prism for a viewable image, but also protect the prism. I'm just going to put this in here temporarily without the little cushion pads, and I'm going to take my chip that's at the back here and put it in there. So here we go, and I'll put this in here ever so delicately. Move that thing out of the way. There we go, and in we go. So there it is. Next, I'm going to go ahead and put the cover on, and I'll apply those screws, and we'll get started. Okay, I'm going to put this lens on right here. This is actually a Bell & Howell 1-inch f1.9, and I'm going to show you that even though the turret lens in here, the turret prism rather, transport prism also known, will still be able to pick up and give you a viewable image and adjust to a good point even without all those mirror reflective coatings and the other coatings on there. You're going to be a bit surprised. Again, this is going to look great for experimental filmmaking. Alright, so let's take a look at that. This is with the Bell & Howell lens. Got my cell phone up to it. I wish I could get it clear with this cell phone, but I can't. The transport prism, turret prism, hasn't even been painted in any way, and this is the image I'm still getting. When I look through it, it's absolutely clear and crisp. Next, the Industar 61 2.8 52mm. And this is my Industar lens, and it looks much clearer with the naked eye. Again, the transport prism is not painted yet. Next is the Jupiter 11 f4 135 millimeter. Here's my Jupiter 11 135 millimeter. Again, the transport prism has not been painted yet. Next is the Jupiter 21M 200 millimeter f4. This is the Jupiter 21M 200 millimeter f4. Again, the turret prism, transport prism has not been repainted. Okay, I do want to give you a close-up of the turret prism. So as you can see here, how rough the sides of the prism are. They haven't been polished. As you know, how these are buffed out and clear. And here's the other side. Here's a part that's really rough right there, that's you can get a good shot of. All right, so I'm going to sand out to a point this chip right here, and again, it hasn't given me any type of problems whatsoever as far as visuals are concerned. All right, so let's take a good look at that. So I'm going to start smoothing this out and sanding that thing down, that chip right there, and I will get back to you. Also, I do want to share with you, when you're going to be removing the turret prism, you can use any of the method of in episode 1. But it's also wise to pick up one of these vacuum tools, which is for glass elements and lenses and stuff like that. As you can see, I can press it, and the ends of them are detachable to change, and some of them are curved for different glass and lens elements. You just simply put it right back on there, and it is a suction cup that will pick up the elements. It's a good little tool for removing the turret prism. All right. So as you can see, you can still get a good viewable image from this prism at the state that it's in. If you're a typical filmmaker, if you are a perfectionist, then this method may not be for you. To get a prism back to its original Bolex state with all the original coatings, it has to be sent to a lab, and it's a very time-consuming and expensive process. Also, when working with glass elements and prisms in a Bolex, remember to use your white cotton gloves or your choice of latex, as the oils in the fingers can destroy the glass. Also, the links of episode 1 and others concerning this prism, I'll drop those down in the comments of this video. Do click that bell down there and subscribe for future videos concerning Bolex prisms and glass elements. Contact me at Bolex Repair Philippines FB page for parts, servicing, and questions. The same email at bolexrepairphilippines@gmail.com. For faster response, Twitter at PaulMorbid. And for gory experimental horror films, visit the Morbid Team Entertainment page. Until next time, see ya!